Hi, and welcome to Buddies Talk. Hi, Bhavna, and hi, Divya.
Hey Shweta, how are you?
I'm good. You're
Hi
sounding
Shweta, hi
different.
Divya.
Hi,
Hi,
Bhavna.
Bhavna.
Are you sure you're Divya? We
Yes,
need
I've got a
to.
sore throat, so I might sound different.
We hope you get well soon.
Thank
Yeah,
you, yeah.
yeah,
Okay, so what are we
yeah.
doing
So,
today, Shweta?
so today I thought let's talk about one of our favorite things that we used to do as teenagers, and that was visiting McDonald's.
Ooh,
I'm sure you would have a lot of memories around McDonald's, which we used to visit in Mulund. And I think what makes McDonald's very unique is that it has a huge global presence, but they are really very good in adapting to the local tastes of people, and that's where they are a true example of localization, I would say. So
mm,
that's what I
Yeah,
thought. Let's talk about it because it would be very interesting to know how things work in US and UAE and India from that standpoint. What do you guys
mm.
think?
yeah,
That's a
this is
great idea.
interesting. Yeah,
Yeah,
very interesting.
yeah. And McDonald's is like still relevant, right, from the time we were growing up. So it's a great topic.
Absolutely. And I think it was the first company that introduced us to the concept of burgers during our teenage days in maybe early 2000s when
Yeah, yeah,
McDonald's.
I agree, and I have never heard of French fries before either.
yeah.
Absolutely. And I remember I used to really feel wow, it was like a premium thing that I used to feel like I'm going to a very big restaurant and having a burger. So it was really something that I
So,
aspired for as a
so
kid
this
at that
one I
time.
think we are talking about is the one that opened in near the Nirmal Lifestyles Mall, right? That was
Right.
the first to open around Mulund, I think.
Yes, it
Yes.
was. It was
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember like when it opened, we used to hang out at that place, right,
quite
Bhavna?
often.
I
Yeah, quite often. Yeah, like it was a even if we have to just buy a burger or that soft cone, that softie. We just used to sit there and talk for some time, and just hang out there. Yeah.
Yeah, it was also
Uh,
like sorry to interrupt, Shweta. It's also what was considered as a place for even the young couples to like hang out and date.
Yeah.
It was that cool at that time when it started, and I was also one of them because I used to hang out with my husband.
Oh, yeah.
Just घर के बाजू में था, and I used to lie to my mom and say कि मैं friend को मिलने जा रही हूँ. I used to go and sit in McDonald's with him.
या कौन से फ्रेंड से भावना और श्वेता से
हाँ, तुम लोग का नाम लेके जाती थी.
yeah, I was about to say the same thing, and you brought this piece out.
Oh, thank you. I disclose my own secret. But Shweta, I wanted to know from you. Like now, I'm sure things have changed, right? Right from the time we started off, and now, what difference do you see in terms of like people and crowd?
I think the crowd is more right now. I would say youngsters are there, but I think amongst kids, I think the French fries and the burgers, especially the Happy Meal with those Happy Meal toys, I think that still continues to be a rage amongst kids.
Mm.
I remember I used to collect it earlier for my niece, and now I collect it for my daughter.
Hmm.
so, so that's there. But I think things have changed from the perspective that they have now started with McCafe, and they have breakfast menus and so on.
Mm.
So I think
Hmm.
that's different. And I remember when they started off earlier in India, I think they had very limited veg options in terms of aloo tikki burgers and so on. But now they
Mm.
have come up with different ranges. And
Mhm.
I think, yeah, the Meg Maharaja, I think that's very local thought that they would have come up with in terms of burger, which is
Mm.
a huge burger,
Mm.
like a
The
really king size
three
burger, I
tire
would
burger,
say.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, so I think those are some of the new unique things that they came up with. And of course, different variety of desserts have also been introduced here. And so I think that's what has changed. But I think the look and feel of the place, all of that remains quite same
Hmm.
from that standpoint, and makes it really feel more like McDonald's that we used to experience as kids.
So
How
then
about
now,
you?
sorry, so now it's still the same. Like you still see young people going to
Yeah,
McDonald's,
Like
right?
yeah,
teenagers
yeah,
especially.
yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Because I thought with time, like things would have changed. Now I didn't know, like
Yeah, there is
because there are
again,
many
yeah.
other options right now, right?
Yeah, I think there are many other options. Many more burger or specific fast food joints have also come up. But I
Yeah.
think even if you go to malls, you will always find a huge queue in front of McDonald's.
Oh, really?
So I think, yeah,
Yeah,
that's, and I
I think
always
that's
wonder
about,
how
yeah,
they are
that's
able to still capture the market share so much.
yeah,
Uh,
that's about anywhere. Say either McDonald's or KFC. The queue starts from either of these two places.
True.
It's
yeah,
always a
and
comfort food. If you don't know what to buy, just go to McDonald's and
Right.
get a
yeah,
burger.
yeah, yeah.
Right.
And now still the Shopper Stop one is still open, or has it moved to another location?
I think it's still open, but it doesn't really have that charm anymore because the mall
Of the
has
Right.
location,
completely shut
yeah.
down.
It
Right.
just turned out to be a ghost town. The whole area of that Mumbai life,
Yeah.
it just turned it into a ghost town. And I think only this McDonald's is still open over there. Rest
Right.
And I
all
think
is like
PVR
shut.
is also open, right? PVR cinemas is also
No, I
open.
don't
No?
think so. I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe it would be still there,
Yeah,
but
I had
yeah.
gone long back, and I think after COVID, so I didn't really explore, so I don't really know if it's still open or not.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
But coming to McDonald's, how is it different in UAE from that standpoint?
See, if you look at McDonald's, is very popular over here with amongst children and adults, as in equally. But teenagers, you don't find many teenagers over here, so you can't actually say that it is a teenage hangout point or anything like that. But yes, it is always full. The restaurant's always full, or there is big queues. If you go to a food court, the maximum number of people in the food court are heading towards McDonald's.
Wow,
Okay,
that's
so
nice.
yeah, so it's quite nice. Menu wise, it is a bit different. More of non-veg options than vegetarian options. Like in India, how we know
Hmm.
that there are lots of vegetarian options. Like
Hmm.
it's a paradise for you can go and get a good vegetarian option over there. Maybe there are only one or two. There is what is it? The aloo tikki, and there is one more veggie burger. Yeah, these are the two options that you have for the vegetarians menu.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm. And how about the crowd, Bhavna? Like, I know you said it's not limited to
Yeah,
young people, but what class of people do you see coming to McDonald's?
everyone. So over here, if you look at from Filipinos to the Europeans to the Caucasians to the Indians, everyone, you see everyone over there. So there's no
Mm.
biasness towards McDonald's. McDonald's brings everyone together.
And you
Oh.
have a drive-through option
Oh
too?
yes, we do have. Oh yes, we do
Mm-hmm.
have. That is quite uh, uh, popular also over here. So whenever we are going for a long drive, like we are going to Oman or anywhere, this is the best option. We just go through a drive-through, get our food, and it's quite quick. It's not. You don't have to wait for a long time either.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that's one thing I want to see in India, that drive-through option. That would be
drive-through
great.
option, right? Yeah, you
Yeah.
need a traffic jam there as well. Yes, sure, why
Yeah.
not?
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah.
honestly, drive-through saves a lot of time, at
Oh
least for the
yes, it
people who
does.
are on
It
the
does.
go.
It
Yeah.
does. It does. It does actually make lots of sense, and it will act. It will the many people would rather get a drive through than go to a restaurant, park your car, go to a restaurant, pick up
Yeah.
the stuff. Or they would think of going and getting it delivered at home.
Yeah, yeah,
So
true.
yeah,
I
yeah.
think,
But
but
when you
the challenge in India would be it needs space, right? The drive-through needs space.
yes,
I think that is a
absolutely,
constraint. That's why it
absolutely.
didn't it didn't
And
start.
And
Yeah.
I have actually not seen a McDonald's in India where it is a standalone, or it's like how
Yeah.
over here we have
Right.
McDonald's at a petrol
Right.
station. You just
Yeah.
drive through, and then most of these McDonald's in India are either in a restaurant or inside a building.
And that's because of
True.
the space. I don't think in
Space,
Mumbai at least
yes,
we had that
exactly.
space. Yeah.
Exactly. I think we can have a drive-through for a bel puri or a sev puri wala rather than for a McDonald's. That is more convenient.
Actually,
Yeah.
a Belpuri or ये लोग को drive through रहता है, by the way. Like people stop
Right.
वो
on the
हाथ
road.
दिखाओ
Yeah.
वो हाथ दिखाओ and he will get 2 packets of Bhelpuri and that's it.
That is more sophisticated than McDonald's. But that's
And
great. I mean,
yeah.
in terms of even in US, I think it's more or less the same way it operates in UAE, because we also have drive-through, and most of the McDonald's are standalone. We don't usually find McDonald's in malls, maybe like one or two, but otherwise not. But here, I think the main difference is McDonald's is kind of considered as a garibo ka khana. Like It's if somebody hears you saying you're going to McDonald's, it's like, she, you're going to McDonald's, aisa hai. Because they have a very cheap menu, like dollar menu.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
it's considered as the cheapest option,
Hmm.
basically. So that's
Oh,
why
okay.
so when you go to McDonald's, right, you either find like बहुत गरीब लोग आते हैं, या फिर you have people who like don't, those young people who does students
Hmm.
who like work part time, that's the
Right,
cheapest
right.
option for them,
Mhm.
right? So you find
Right.
these people, but as you said, Bhavna, Shweta, I think you mentioned about the happy meal menu that is still on for the kids. So yeah, from a kid's standpoint, that's still being used by every class of people, but otherwise this is considered in US it's considered as garib. But otherwise, drive through ke liye, as Bhavna mentioned, right, McDonald's
Right.
is heavily used here
Yeah.
because they have drive-through option everywhere, or their service is like super fast and super neat.
Hmm.
And
So
Hmm.
and this
that
garibo ka khana that you said, I remember when I went to US, I specifically wanted to go and taste how the burger tastes, and it really was not that great. I think the Indian burgers taste really good at
but
McDonald's.
it's the other way now. If I go to India and taste, actually, I love McDonald's burgers. By the way,
Oh, I
I
love
mean,
Yeah, I love the McDonald's in India because of as I told you, about the vegetarian options, and also about the spicy levels. It's much more
Hmm.
spicier in India
spicy,
than over here.
or Indian taste रहता है इसको. यहाँ पे it's more
Right.
Yes,
like
exactly.
McDonald's is more known for beef and chicken, or
Yeah.
sausages and pork. ये इसके लिए सब
Hmm.
ज़्यादा known है. And since I have most of them, I don't get these things in India, right? So that is the only
Right.
Right.
difference. But
Wow.
Mhm.
but when it comes to like a breakfast menu also, right? Most of the time for
Mhm.
McDonald's, what we do is when we travel, as Bhavna mentioned, travel, McDonald's is also one of the options that we use, especially for breakfast. Sometimes breakfast
Hmm.
menus are really good. Their menus are really good, and of course, we don't want to. I also wanted to talk. As I was talking and listening to you guys, I was thinking, how is the like the French fries are their USP, right? Nobody makes French fries as
Right.
good as McDonald's. That's their
Absolutely.
USP. And I think what I got to know, the information I got is their fries taste the same across all the countries. It's
Oh,
that
Oh,
consistent,
okay.
so it
that's
cannot be any
Oh.
interesting.
different. Yeah,
Mhm.
and that is their trade secret, basically. The kind of potatoes they use, or whatever, but that's their USP. So, and French fries
Wow.
is my favorite from McDonald's. I don't know about you guys, but my kids love them.
Absolutely. I think even I
It's
love
it's
them
always
for that
yeah, it's
matter.
always a comfort food when you don't know what to get.
What to get? That's right.
Yeah, what to get, and you want to eat some junk. For sure,
Yes.
it's a go-to place. Yes, just fries, and if there is a packet of fries kept in front of you, however full you are, you can't stop yourself from having at
Yeah.
least one of them.
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
least
Yeah.
one, yeah.
True. Yeah.
Vaisa fries, no other chain of these fast foods
I
can
agree.
offer. No
I
other
Right.
agree. I
chain.
agree.
I so agree.
Yeah,
And I think
because
that's so
McDo.
unique
Yeah.
about McDonald's. I think that's what they have just adapted to the local taste of people, and at the same time kept their global taste in terms of, like you said, about
Correct.
French fries and
Their
Mhm.
trademark is that, right? And also one more thing that Prajesh told me about this, huh? Sorry if I'm deviating, but McDonald's का ना, if you travel on the road कहीं पे भी, highway कहीं पे भी, if
Mhm.
McDonald's का है कहीं पे, they have a brick and mortar store, then
Okay.
they have that M symbol is so iconic that
Hmm.
even a
Okay.
child can recognize it, right? Sitting in the car
Right.
seat, a
Right.
child can recognize
Right.
it. Even my kid, when he was small, that he used to see, I mean, Mama, McDonald's. Like
Uh,
that's the reach of McDonald's. From child to like old people can identify that M.
Mhm.
Basically,
Mhm.
it's that
Absolutely.
strong.
That's
Uh,
iconic. The branding is so
yeah,
important that way.
yeah,
Have you
it
guys
is.
watched the movie The Founder?
I think I
no.
have. It's about McDonald's itself, right? Like,
Yes,
yeah,
the
yeah,
guy
yeah.
who started McDonald's. Yes, that.
Yes, I think so.
Yeah, I think that's they show all that about this M
How
and
it
how the
started.
burgers,
Yeah,
yeah, how it
yeah, yeah.
started and everything. Quite interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
It's really great, and it's hard to like be relevant for so many years, right? With just burgers as a
right.
concept. Though they have a lot of competitions here. Like in the US, they have like Burger King and Wendy's. Everybody offers burgers, but I swear, McDonald's ka competition, like at that price level, nobody can match it.
Right. And I think that's a good
Yeah.
point that you brought about price. I think they have just adapted to the price at different ranges. I think if someone wants a cheap burger, they'll get it. But if they want a better burger with some different
Yeah,
varieties,
Right,
I think
expensive
they have
right.
a
expensive ones will
percent
have
as
three
well.
tires. Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
expensive one will have three tires. The little more less expensive one will cut off the tomatoes and the onions and make
Right.
it small and
Yeah.
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 But yeah,
Yeah.
whenever they ask you, do you want extra cheese? We never say no.
And but I wanted to ask this to both of you, like अभी
Yeah.
का तुम लोग वहाँ पे जो McDonald's है, right? वहाँ पे
Mhm.
do you have like a kiosk and stuff to order, like by yourself rather than
Yeah.
going to a customer
Oh yes,
service?
certain places, yes, certain places they have this. I think even in India, there is this. You pay yourself and you get a order number and you go to the desk and collect your order.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Okay,
It's
that
become
is
very
great.
convenient because I think, like we were talking about the long queues, I think that really helps, manage the
Yeah.
Mhm.
better. But I think
Yeah.
it's not there everywhere. But a lot of new of these McDonald places have it as such.
That is good. And having said that, what is your favorite menu?
I like the Mac chicken burger. I mean, which is the standard burger, not the Maharaja ones, but I really
Mm.
like that as such. And the hash brown and the coffee from McDonald's.
And do you get
Yeah.
those ice creams there? The
Oh yeah,
vanilla
the Mac
cones?
Thrill.
Floats.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
Ah,
yeah.
the softies, huh?
yeah,
They
yeah,
are so good. They are so good.
Oh
yeah.
yeah.
And
Yes,
I
yes.
think now they
We used
have
to
come
get
up
it
with a
for what,
different variety
10
of
we
Ten.
used to
meat
get those
curry and
for
so
10.
on as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This
But I think
softies we used to get for 10
yeah,
rupees and we were like, we used to have it every now and then, right?
right. But now I
Yeah.
think it's no longer 10. It's I think around 30 odd bucks now. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But
Oh,
those were
okay.
like one of the favorites. When we started, I remember there was
Right.
a long line for that.
Yeah.
And they used to have a window outside, if you remember, for the ice
Yes,
Oh,
creams.
just for the
yes.
ice creams. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, I remember that.
Hmm.
But they had two layers there, like two floors, I mean. Shoppers Stop wale mein there were two
Right.
storage, right?
Yeah, it was a big
Right.
one. Yeah.
और ऊपर party sessions that they had
Parties
for
होते थे.
yeah
Right. For
I
Hmm.
birthday parties.
remember.
Yeah.
यहाँ पे
That's
ना
good. You
दो
have good memory.
I know not as good as you guys, of course, not as good as Bhavna for sure.
Of course not.
But यहाँ पे दो storage नहीं मिलते. It's always like single storage. There's
Mhm.
never two storage McDonald's found here. But
And I think, Divya, you have really loved McDonald's since your childhood. So, do you have any more information, interesting information about McDonald's for
well, I
us?
do actually. I have some points that I have researched on. You know, I like to like to research sometimes. But this is just informational, okay? It's like good to know things. So I
Okay.
read that McDonald's basically in the US at least they have around 14,000 stores across the US. That's a lot. So
14,000.
Oh my God,
yeah,
so many.
14,000.
14,000 गरीब लोग जाते हैं खाना खाने के लिए स्टोर
सस्ता
में.
है ना नहीं गरीब लोग को खाना भी चाहिए ना बहुत
I
गरीब लोग हैं
know,
बाय
I
द वे
know.
यूएस में यार दो गरीब दिखते नहीं है पर गरीब है but you know strangely you know the people who look down upon McDonald's they secretly go and have it from there too so that's
Oh.
so that's just the way it is okay and then across they have stores across 100 countries per my research and they
Okay.
have around 36,000 stores around the world basically
Wow.
it's a
Just
lot
36,000 and 14,000 of it is in US, you mean?
yes
Oh man.
हाँ
Okay.
क्योंकि अमेरिकन कंपनी है ना तो
हाँ,
चलेगा ही ना तो
Right.
हाँ, वही.
yeah and I have listed some of the unique menus that we find in the US. Now
Okay.
this is not in every store in US, it's in specific states.
Okay.
They have like crab sandwich which I don't think I
Wow.
have it here near me. It might be in some other
Mhm.
areas you know California side
Okay.
में कुछ मिलता है शायद
So,
फिर lobster menu भी मिलता है उनके पास lobster
oh,
items भी है which
okay.
is not I
Seafood
haven't tried
menu, huh?
these two.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's really unique.
Yeah, that's very unique because it's not around this area that where I live, but it's in across California. वो side पे मिलता है.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
So that is specific to US, and I've listed down some specifics about other countries, like let's say Thailand. में there is something known as a samurai pork burger. Like I know samurai is
Wow.
Japanese thing,
Mhm.
but then they have something which is just specific to Thailand. और कोई country में नहीं मिलता है वो.
And I
So
Oh.
think, yeah, I think it's only in Thailand or maybe in only in East Asia where you get all this rice stuff also, right?
yeah, they have Thai rice pudding as a menu
Okay.
in
Oh, that is the sticky rice
McDonald's.
with mango, maybe
I think so,
something
but
similar. Yeah.
yeah, maybe mango to सब चीज में रहते थाईलैंड का.
Oh, that's
They
nice. That's something new
yeah,
to the poor. Yeah, right. Okay.
and they also have something known as millennials cheesecake, which is also not found in any other country, and pineapple pie.
Wow.
Oh,
So
that's
these
Wow.
are the
that's
dessert
nice.
options they provide for
Mhm.
from McDonald's. And Japan may they have squid ink burger. Can you believe
What
it?
is it?
Oh, squid.
Squid
Squid?
ink burger. I don't know what ink means. I'm sorry. I'm kind of.
Tongue tied. Yeah, tongue tied
I
you.
know.
Yeah.
I know. यहाँ पे भी earthquake
Yeah.
हुआ लगता है भावना अभी.
See,
Well, for
hmm.
the listeners who don't know, हम लोग record करने से पहले there was a slight
So
little.
apparently it's a 6.1 magnitude that just
Oh
happened over
really?
here. So, yeah, yeah,
Wow.
yeah. Hmm.
Oh.
Wow.
So,
Okay. Okay. Besides
yeah.
that point, yeah. So squid burger is unique in Japan. और
Okay.
नॉर्वे में ना विंग्स मिलता है. आई डोंट थिंक विंग्स कहीं पे भी मिलता है यार मैकडोनल्ड्स
नहीं
में.
का नहीं विंग्स नहीं मिलता है.
Mhm. No.
No,
विंग्स
no, no,
इंडिया
no.
इंडिया में तो नहीं मिलता है, मुझे पता है. यूएई में
Yeah.
भी नहीं मिलता ना.
Neither in
Yeah.
UAE, neither in UAE.
India mein they have
Mm-hmm.
those chicken nuggets, but not the wings.
Yeah, and India में I got to know they also offer paneer spicy burgers.
Oh
Mix
yes,
spicy
I
paneer
love
कुछ
those.
नाम है.
I love
Right, and
those.
they
Yeah.
have
Yes.
some wraps also. वैसे मेरे पास
Oh, awesome. एकदम एकदम घर का खाना रैप करके दे. मसालेदार है इंडिया का burgers. And in Morocco they use the speciality about Morocco is they use halal meat. That's
Oh.
unique. I don't think any
Hey,
country
no,
does
but
that.
I think no. I think even in UAE it has to be halal.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
Right.
they won't allow you to sell it over here.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
for some reason it didn't pull that in my information. And next is on France में ना. Okay, France का is really interesting. France में बहुत sophisticated लोग रहते हैं. तो you know they have catered to basically McDonald's थोड़ा class लोगों के लिए मिलता है शायद. France का वो है speciality. And
Oh.
they make items that is that you can have only with fork and knife basically, because obviously I don't think they
Oh,
use hands.
very sophisticated. Oh,
Very
okay.
sophisticated. So उन
Hmm.
लोग वैसा menus बनाते हैं जैसा baked goods or blue cheese burger. ऐसा सब
Wow.
एकदम sophisticated खाना मिलता है. मुझे नहीं
Wow.
पता how true this is, but that's what my information says. So we have to go to
So,
France to check this
yeah, we
out.
have to go there and try it out. Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
और बाकी yeah, one thing I don't know if you guys know, but India में in terms of drinks, right, they offer thumbs up, which is not there in any country. Most
Okay.
of the McDonald's partner with Coke products like Fanta, Coke और बाकी सब चीज जो है
That
Coke
is
का
an
products है.
absolute, yeah, that is an absolutely wonderful choice. I would always go for thumbs up than any of the other
Yeah,
colas.
I also love thumbs up for some reason. बहुत sweet नहीं रहता वो. It's like a manly drink, I would say. जो सलमान खान बोलता था ना कोई तो इसमें किसी का मर्दों वाली drink या something he used to say. But yeah, this is some of the points that I had, discovered
Okay.
while I was
That's
researching.
nice.
Yeah,
And I
but
think while you were talking about this fork and spoon, I think it just struck me that recently they had an ad campaign. I don't know if it's in US or other places also, but they had packaged their burgers in such a way that people with disability or who are uniquely abled can also have a burger very
oh
comfortably.
wow, no,
That
I
was a
didn't
very
hear
unique
about this,
idea
but
about
this
it.
is great actually.
Yeah.
And also one point when you were talking about in US they also have, I'm not sure if other countries had this, but they also have curbside pickup. I'm sure with COVID, like many places have started to do
Mhm.
that, but you can pick it up from the curbside. Like you can park your car, order it, and they'll come and deliver it in your car.
Okay.
That's
So
nice.
Okay.
that's
Yes,
I think
yeah, that's not available over here yet.
mm-hmm.
Okay, you
Cool.
can do a what do you call pick up from a third party delivery people, but not directly. McDonald's doesn't do it themselves.
Yeah, I see. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think with COVID, a lot of things have changed here as
Mm-hmm.
well. So
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
McDonald's ka bhi, and also one more speciality about McDonald's. I'm sorry, I'm just talking as I remember. Is McDonald's mean, the people who work in McDonald's, right? Most of them are kids who do like part-time stuffs to,
Right.
pay for
Mm-hmm.
their
Right. Mm-hmm.
education. So McDonald's have also started the sponsor education thing. They want like motivating people to come and work for them, and they'll sponsor the education, which is like a great thing, I
Oh,
think,
Mm-hmm.
wow.
because
That's
education is really
excellent.
expensive here.
Right.
Right.
So
Right.
that's the way they're trying to like encourage students.
Very nice. I think
Yeah.
Oh.
while I just started off thinking about McDonald's as a topic more from what we liked eating as in our
Yeah,
teenage
I
days, I
know.
think I got so much more information, and also it was very unique to know how things are different in each of the countries that we are in, as well as some of the additional information that Divya you had. So I think that
Yeah,
was
you
really
keep
interesting.
researching stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like to research about things I like. If you ask me to do something else, I won't. But McDonald's is very relatable to everyone, right? So I thought it's a
Absolutely.
great topic to, and it's great that we talked about it, and there are so many new points that we got to, like we could at least help others understand how things work in different countries, right?
Hmm.
Right. And I'm
Yeah.
sure that after this discussion that we wind up our podcast for today, each one of us would possibly go and grab a McDonald's or order it
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Of course, I just
For
want
sure.
to call it out that this is not sponsored by McDonald's, but I think this is the sheer love
I
of
wish, yeah,
McDonald's
we
that,
wish
Uh,
they
yeah.
sponsor us also,
of
like like those
course.
students.
But I don't think they will, because I just call them a garibo ka khana.
No, but we said it tastes really nice.
Yeah, that is true too, and it's very relatable. And we try to promote it right across 3 countries. Okay, McDonald's, if you're listening, reach out to us.
Yeah, and when you're saying garibo ka khana, you just compare it as one of the cheapest food available,
Right.
so anyone can go grab it. So that is also a positive
Exactly,
note.
Yeah.
exactly.
Unique proposition.
But
But
that
it
was
was
great.
nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really nice
Yeah,
talking on this topic. And yeah, let's see. Let's meet our listeners in the next podcast. But till then, we'll definitely grab a burger for sure from
sure. Yeah,
McDonald's. Yeah.
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 Okay.
Thank you so much,
Sign off.
Bye
guys. Thank
bye.
you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye bye. Bye bye.